Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday Friendship Club. And what are you going to do to make today great? This is the symbol of the Friday Friendship Club, where we link together in friendship and say hello to everybody. And the first person we need to say hello to today is Shirley from Glitterway. Do go and check out that channel along with anybody else that you see in the comments. So yes, it's been a bit of a rush for me today because I've just got back from my latest physio and trauma therapy, and it's going quite well. It's going quite well. I had to switch appointments, and that's why it's been such a rush today. I didn't know if I was going to make it in time, but I did. And I have something special that I want to do today, something new. If you've been watching my other lives, you will probably know that I'm hoping to do, or in fact, I am going to do, after today's live, I'm going to go straight over to another of my channels, Everything Dance, Your Mentor, and I'm going to start today. It's going to be pop-up lives, but more often than not, they probably will be after this one on Fridays, so you won't have an upcoming notification. And I'm going to go through my story of dancing, how I became a professional dancer, but it's going to start from the very beginning today, from my very first dance class. So it's going to be in small segments, each live, going through, hopefully in chronological order. So I hope you'll join me over there As soon as this live's finished, obviously I've got to go in and set it up as it's a pop-up. So give me 5 minutes or so after this one's finished. I obviously have to put in music credits from the music I use and so on and so forth. So do give me 5 minutes to do that, but it will be after this live has finished. So I hope to see you there. And if you didn't get the name of the channel, it's down here below. Everything Dance, your mentor. So do put your mentor in at the end, because that's the full channel name. And as I say, it will be chatting about me, my growth through my dance experience, and as some of you may well know, what happened at the end of that career. Yes, catastrophe. You will learn about that if you don't already know. So that's what we're going to be doing over there. But what are we going to be doing over here? Well, this is Friday Friendship Club. And Friday Friendship Club, we're always talking about helping our friends. So I like to call this episode A Little Help from My Friends. And that comes in so many varieties of ways. And I've got a video, a clip to show you one way that helped me. Now, it doesn't mean helping people monetary wise. It doesn't mean giving them things that you can afford to give them. It means being there for your friends. What are you going to do today to do something for a friend? Well, we have people in the chat. Just something as simple as that can be really helpful, just saying hello. Like now we also have Blue Self-Reliance in the house. Check out Blue's channel along with Glitterworld, Shirley's channel. So just something as simple as popping in a chat or dropping a comment on a video is a way to show your friendship. Making cakes for people. I know Blue did that recently for her archaeological group. So she made cakes for them. So something very simple. Maybe just giving up a little of your time in some shape or form. Something I do is offer my time. There's things I can't do, but there's certainly a lot of things I can do. Something I know Blue does as well. She grows things as starter plants for people. So they might not have the ability or the time to start plants and vegetables off, but she loves to grow. So she grows for people as well. So maybe that's something you can do. You can grow some extra things, and that Blue said in the chat, laugh out loud, good grief, almost fell off my perch. If any of you have been watching my live since I've been back on StreamYard, because of course I was doing them a different version before. I did them when I first started YouTube on StreamYard. But if you've been watching them since I've been back on StreamYard, the channel shout out little bit that I put up, I don't know why, but I hadn't had music back into that. So that is new today. Shirley got the first time with the music back in that today. So quite pleased with that. I've used it twice today. So every time someone comes in the chat, wakey, wakey. Oh dear. So yes, we're talking about helping people and showing friendships. What can you do? If anyone's got little suggestions of free ways of helping people, I like to say I'm always there to listen. So a lot of people sometimes just want to chat and get things off their chest, something that's bothering them, just to talk things through, sometimes help. So I like to think I'm a good listener. I'm a good listener. Glitterwell says, yes, time is good to give. Yes, it's something everyone has got. Some people will tell you they don't have time, but we all have 24 hours in a day. If you choose to either get up earlier or go to bed later, of course, you've got more time than those who lay in bed all day or go to bed early. So it's a case of what you do with your time. Blue Self-Reliance says, just listening and having a brew with someone. Ooh, is that someone subscribed to my channel? I hope so, maybe in the future. Today we're actually on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, but of course I'm on other channels too. So that's what we're on today. Ooh, I've got to stretch now. Let's switch that to the ticker, or else I feel like I'm looking over a wall at you all. There we go. The reason I've now got live from the island of Cyprus up is because I'm now doing lives over 3 channels during the week, and I get fed up with every time I go on, I have to remember to change that bit that says live from the island of Cyprus to which channel I'm actually doing, which was a good help, because sometimes I talk, I'm like, oh, what day is it? What channel am I on? So that, and then I thought, oh, just leave that blank. Don't type anything in, and then I can pop up like I did just now what channel I'm on. But you can't leave it blank. You do have to type something in. So that was quite annoying. So I thought, well, I'm always in Cyprus. Let's stick that up. And it's something unique. I don't see any other lives from Cyprus. So that also covers a lot of people wondering where I am, because a lot of people may recognize my accent and think I'm somewhere where I'm not. So I think that's a pretty good thing to have up. And I normally, not always, but I normally do say, hi, I'm Dawn, or something like that at the beginning anyway. So, yeah, I think I cover all bases now on that. So, yeah, we do put this one up sometimes. Dawn is live, so you know my name too. I don't like to just put my name up really there, but I put it up at the beginning and I can fiddle around anyway. So that's that. Excuse me for a drink. I normally play a little interlude when I'm going to have a drink now. Something else I like about it. Oh, and while we're talking about interludes, as always, I would like to share my discount code with you, which is now going to run below. And it's a discount for paying for StreamYard. So before you pay any more money or any money at all for StreamYard, if you want to pay for the paid package of additional things you can do on StreamYard, do click on my discount code in the description below, and you will get $10 credit when you spend $25 or the equivalent of your currency on StreamYard. So that's a fantastic offer for you if you want to pay for the additional paid items. Of course, StreamYard is free. I don't pay anything for it. But those who want to go fancy with it, or have more people in the chat, have your own background, many other things. I haven't looked fully into all the things you could do. Perhaps I need to look at more of the perks to tell you what they would be. I wonder if I just run through this, if it shows me anything else additional. Probably not. I think you can have, you can put your own logo up. You can do that. You can do an overlay. I can do that one. But I think that interferes a little bit with that. I can only have the StreamYard logo up at the top, whereas you could have your own channel logo where you see the duck there. I think you can do more intros and video clips. Oh, and that's something else I've been talking about recently. I love making all my countdowns and little interludes, like that little bit channel shout out, my intros, my outros, all my little captions come up of with little graphics of what's coming up next, all the things I do on here. I love making them. Now, if you're someone who would like those and either A, don't know how to do them, or B, can't be bothered or have the time to do them, but you would love to use them, I am saying I'm happy to make some for you. All I ask in return, because it does take time, this is why a lot of people don't use them, all I ask is a small, and I mean small, donation for gratitude. Obviously, the more I do for you, the countdowns actually take some time because I don't use their pre-made ones. I don't use pre-made because then you'll see someone else probably has got the same countdown. So I don't use those. If you look, every day I do a live, I've got completely different countdowns, intros, and so on and so forth. I use the same outro every live because obviously I want to thank you in my way, and that's going to be the same every time. So if you want to see what sort of things I make, then look at different channels on my lives, different days. Each day has different intros and different countdowns. And if you want me to make some for you, you can either email me, or if you can't find my email, then just say in the comment, contact me, because I'm interested. You're not tied into anything. Some people charge you for each time you use them. I'll just say one time. And as I say, it's going to be just whatever you think, minimal. I'll tell you how long it took me to make whatever you want, and then you decide what you want to do from that. And the little small gratitude donation will just go towards project, whether it's buying something as simple as some more seeds, as I say, minimal donation, or new pairs of gardening gloves, or anything else that I need, those little odds and ends that we need for projects. So do consider that, and do pass that information on, because there might be someone out there who doesn't know how to do these things and would like to be able to have them in. It really does make your channel pop and breaks up all the yabbering on that I do. Okay, so without further ado, I've been talking about friendship and how friends help you, and I'd like to share this with you. This is from some while ago, but I will explain after the clip as to why I'm showing it today, and how something really helped my life. Gratitude to my friend, only via YouTube friend. Didn't know this person before, and the link to their channel is in the description under this video. Doesn't fit.
No. Comes out over there. You come out over there.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Just having a laugh with Blue's Self-Reliance. I think my mic was on while that was playing. I don't know if you heard me laughing. That was as I was reading the comments. I must share with you some of the things. But going back a little bit, when we were talking about neighbours and how they help you, Blue Self-Reliance actually put check on your neighbours if you haven't seen them for a bit. I missed that comment. So that's really, really good bit of advice there. Glitworld says, fantastic work. I'm looking at my garden. I like doing zucchinis. Personally, for me, they are the easiest crops to grow. Just leave them and they get on with it. So I do like those. And basically, Shirley from Glitworld is starting a new garden. It's a bit of a garden already going from her mum's house, I believe, and she's taking it over. So there's a lot. She takes you on little live tours around her garden sometimes. You can catch up there. Blue was saying about her zucchinis grew to silly sizes this year. Oh, they're fantastic. I love looking at zucchinis. And I love the long curly ones. Their vines go for miles. And I think I shared that quite recently. And on my shorts on my main channel, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. And then the reason I was laughing, why Mike was showing you in the clip the freezer and doing bits on the freezer, why he was doing that, basically I was chatting and he was setting the freezer out and I put in the comments, and Mike is a good thing to have around. And Blue said, laugh out loud, they can be. And I'm like, have I revealed things before? And then she came back quickly with, oh, a mic. Sorry, always have a mic around. The heart was in the way on the chat. I thought you said a man, laugh out loud. And I put back, I wondered what you knew. And then Blue came back with, laugh out loud, I just know that sometimes Tanny, also known as Tony, ought to sleep out in the greenhouse. And in case you're wondering why I said Tony, it's an ongoing joke between me and Blue. And then Blue says, yes, just know sometimes Tanny ought to sleep out in the greenhouse. So I put, well, that's nice to have lots of windows and food on hand out there. And then Blue said, yes, and ventilation after he's had some beans. So that was really fun. Oh, and I see in the house now we have Peter Dell. Do check out Peter's channel. I had quite a chat with you. Oh, something's just gone funny. Oh, I've never done that before on StreamYard. I didn't know you could do that. Well, sorry for digressing. Yes, we did have a big chat about Peter's channel the other day. It's one of my favourite channels, and Peter knows I'm not just saying that. I was saying about how I've watched many of his videos. I think at least 30 times, a lot of them 20, 10. I just go back and watch them again and again. If you are in a bit of a stoop, then do go and click on any of his videos, and it's nice, calming and relaxing. And we also have, first time I think you've been, yes, definitely first time you've been in my chats, I think we have Joe Hupp in the house. So hello to Joe. Nice to see you here, Joe. Very much appreciated, as is everybody. And we're talking about friendship, so it's lovely to have you on the chat, in my friendship chat. And this Friday Friendship Club on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty channel, I've got the times for you. It starts every Friday, UK time, 12 o'clock lunchtime, EST 7 a.m, Central 6 a.m, PST is 4 a.m, and variable of Australia, obviously, depending on which side you are, about 8:30 p.m. So that, yes, Joe, I know you're from the Astute Tourist channel, from the incredible Mr. Jimmy. I do know where you're from, and yes, we're always in Jimmy's chat, so do check out the Astute Tourist as well, guys. Really helpful channel. So we're talking about today friendship, how we can help other people simply and without cost, and just to be there in people's chat or drop a comment. It takes no time at all to drop a comment. You don't need to even watch the videos. I'm not saying don't watch the videos and comment, but I'm just saying if you don't have time, you can just drop a comment. I sometimes go in your channels and I'll make it clear I'm not watching your channel, just popping in, and I'll either say in your live chat, just popping in, but got to go, whatever. Or on your video, I will put, if I'm not watching it, but I'm just remembering you because I'm up to date on your videos, I will put just checking in or just saying hello or something like that. So it's very clear. I do watch everyone's videos in full, but like I say, Peter's, I watch them again and again. I don't comment every time I go in them, but occasionally I will just drop another comment, just saying hi or something like that. So the reason I was showing you about that truly fantastic PayPal gift from Kathy from Little Garden Big Dreams is because it's not also useful for freezing produce. I do have a fridge freezer. You possibly saw it in the background, but I mentioned before the freezer part, it looks big. It's a half and half fridge freezer, stand up one, and it's just not big enough. I'm sure some of you have got fridges or freezer. They look bulky, but once you've opened the door, there's not so much innards, which is why I wanted specifically that chest freezer. It doesn't have much missing on the inside, the workings. So now I can also freeze my herbs. I did a video a short time ago on the first lot of herbs I froze, and I've now bought more These are like ice cube trays, but I'm trying to get across to you how big these ice cube things are. They're not your standard. They'll be too big really to put in a drink. Oh, you could put them in a tall glass, but they are really, really big and deep. Let me take it out the packet. You might see it better. Bath fridge is a good idea, says Peter. How do you do an outside one in the heat? Mike was talking about getting kegs here. And then, oh, he's not here to ask him. But there's something, oh, it's got a name. And it's a way now people turn freezers into fridges and you can use them outdoors. And he was talking about doing that. It's called something. If you say it, I'll know if it's the right word. And it's a way you change an old freezer into an outdoor fridge, not buying a fridge because that won't work in heat because you're using so much power. So yeah, you can see a bit better now. They are very deep and they are very big circumference. So I've got more of those and I've got all the colours they do. The one I've got already is pink. This is a red. It might look a bit pinky to you, but this is red. So I don't even have to label what I'm freezing. These are all for herbs. All my herbs I'm growing. And the plan is in the spring, increase my herbs. What type of herbs? I still haven't got all the basics yet. Joe Hart says, I just came in to say hello. Hope you're well. I'm tired, need some sleep. Have been up since 4 a.m. EST this morning. Here in Cyprus, it's 2:40 p.m. So give you some idea of how our time difference is. Most people are behind me. Peter's way ahead of me. And I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the world time. So Peter can tell you what's happened today because he's like late at night now. Some people can tell you they've just got up now, like Joe, and then Blue's next in line of saying what happened this morning because she's on her afternoon coming up. And then I can tell you what happened until it's coming up for later in the day here now. So we're all on different time spans, which is a bit crazy, really. Yes, future teller, future looks dim. Oh, Peter. You need my rose-coloured glasses, Peter. Look on the bright side of life for sure. So as I say, when I finish this live, I'm going to go on one of my other channels. I'm going a bit crazy here now. When I finished here, I'm going to go on Everything Dance Your Mentor. So give me sort of 5-10 minutes and I'm going to do my life story of becoming a professional dancer, starting with day one of starting dance classes. That's going to be the first bit that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going crazy. Joe says, oh, where are you, Joe? Are you Australia then, Joe? It's 9:41 here. Oh, yes, you are Australia. I wasn't sure. 9:41 p.m. here on the east coast of Australia, 9:11 p.m. in South Australia and the Northern Territory, and 7:41 in Western Australia. You sure are. I wasn't sure where you was. Oh, of course you was, because on Jimmy's channel, when he does Guess the Animal thing, you always are up there when it's an Australian animal. Of course you are. Blue says our clocks don't go back here till the 29th of October. Blue, we do the same with the clocks as you do in England. We do the clock change thing. I really dislike that when it's dark in the mornings. I really dislike that, but I also dislike when it's dark, sort of late afternoon. So I don't like all that. Yes, so we do that just for interest to you. Australia, do you change your clocks? Do you change your clocks for the time? I don't know if you change your clocks at all. But yeah, I remember you put your clocks back in autumn or fall, because you remember you fall back, so the clocks go back, and then spring they go forward because you spring forwards. That's how I remember. Joe says, oh yeah, that dolphin one yesterday was so easy. As I said in Jimmy's live last night, I've jumped the chat. As I said in Jimmy's live last night, dolphins are my special interest. I've swum with dolphins. If you go back on this channel's Tuesday lives, and all the thumbnails are different versions of Tuesday Tour, and it will be a Tuesday Tour thumbnail where it's got a red triangle flag with the word tour on it. Tuesday Tours. I show you when I was swimming with the dolphins. It's a Tuesday tour of the Bahamas. So if you're interested in looking at that, you see me with the interacting with the dolphins. You haven't got me swimming with them, but you've got me interacting. Like, they just come up. They're not like captive dolphins. And as I say, if you want to come and see them and interact with them, you go in water with them. And they say, but if none come, too bad. But they 9 times out of 10, they do come. So that was really good. Where are we? Oh, lots of chat. Let's go back a bit. Blue Self-Reliance says everywhere except Queensland they do. Oh, that's the clocks going back. Peter Dale says, I don't know why bother with daylight savings. No, it's an old thing about, what was it? I've forgotten now. We don't call it daylight savings, do you, Blue? We just say, I think we say clocks go back or clocks go forward. It's daylight time saving, whatever it is. Maybe you use it there now because you pick up a lot of these sayings, but we never called it that. Joe says, we have to change them tomorrow. And Joe says to Blue, Western Australia doesn't have daylight savings either. Blue says, I thought they did. Good to know. Is it something they've changed maybe? Because I know a lot of countries are stopping it, but some countries have actually started it, which is a bit bizarre. Oh, I think it was something to do with like business. I think it was something to do with business. Remind me if any of you know, or you're Googling it now for me, what was the point of it? Blue says, bit pointless doing it all if not everyone else is doing it. Yes, I can't see any purpose in it really. It just annoys everyone. And it makes people late for work when the clocks go the opposite direction and people go, oh, I didn't know. Blue says, yeah, Western Australia stopped doing it the year I came to live in the UK, 2009, which is why I thought they still had it. Yeah, sure, changes. Like I say, sometimes I say in England, we don't say that, or we don't do that. And then I'm like, do you, Blue, do you? Because obviously things do change. Joe says, clocks go forward 1 hour the first Sunday in October and back 1 hour the first Sunday in April. Yes, first Sunday. It's good to have a set date like that. Joe's asking Blue, are you originally from Australia? Well, Blue has travelled. Blue has travelled. When I first knew her, I asked for a whole rundown, and it's pretty interesting life Blue has had. Very interesting. But continue, entertain us. Yes, Blue is fantastic in many ways, not just herself, but things she can cook and make. She knows so many different I nearly said remedies, that's not the word, like how to make household cleaning stuff ecologically without chemicals, natural products, growing, oh my goodness, all sorts of things. Basically, if you've got a question about anything, go to Blue. She'll soon say, oh, I don't know about that, but she knows so much, herbs and treatments, and oh my goodness, she can probably sit here and type everything, her main things. Do you still have that on your channel bio somewhere, Blue? when I first knew you, you had it on your channel bio, your about. I think you put herbalist and all those things. So, Jo, it's worth going and have a look at her channel. Jo says, one day I want to move to Canada to live. Too many friends in Canada. That's interesting. That's interesting, Jo. Apart from friends, what is the draw to go to Canada? I tell you what, I don't know why, if any Canadians are watching in the future of this, we keep getting in Cyprus. They are desperate for Cypriots to emigrate to Canada, and they are paying for a certain value of property. If you want to live somewhere else, you pay more, but a good property, it was worth considering, but we don't like the cold. Property, they get you a job sorted out. If you've got school children, they pay for all the school uniforms if they go to school where they need a uniform, and setting you up, furnishing your home. What else? They pay you to go on top of all that. I was like, oh, I don't work. Do you still want me? Jo says, oh, hold on, I missed one. Blue says, had to answer the door. Deliveries, yay. Tell us what you got if you can. Jo said, Canada has been one of my favourite countries. I'd love a white Christmas over a Christmas where it gets to well over 40 degrees. Yeah, great with that. I've seen, because I've got friends in Canada, when they do those ice, not just the ice sculptures, but there's ice hotels, and they light them all up, and I'd like to see it, but I wouldn't like to really be there. I love seeing snow, and I love that sort of scenery, but I don't want to be in it. I'd love to do, the only country, there's a couple of countries I haven't been to that I would have liked to have gone before I couldn't travel anymore. One of them is Switzerland, but the springtime Switzerland, it reminds me of my mountain area in the spring where you get all the wildflowers and everything. But I would like to do a train holiday in Switzerland. And then, oh, it's awesome. It's awesome what you see there, the scenery. Blue says, oh, she's laughing what she's got, what her delivery was. Lots of things to make, yummy things and decorations for Christmas. Oh, I'm sure that will be in a video soon. But you can't say that word, Blue, until after my birthday. My birthday's December the 6th. And Christmas cannot be spoken of until then. Jo says, I have friends and a family member in Canada. 2 of them are over the East Coast, Ontario. Peter says, a train ride to see the beautiful scenery around Switzerland. Yeah, I've just had a friend that's been there. So what month are we in now? September. And they had, obviously, some parts of it wasn't snow, but other parts up the mountains was snow. Oh, it's just pretty, so pretty. Somewhere else I didn't go to that I would have probably have liked was Peru. Anyone been to Peru? I think that would be somewhere to look. Jo says to Peter, eat some beautiful chocolate. Yes, they're Lindt, or whatever you say, the Lindt chocolate. That's very nice. Peter says, you know what they're trying to get rid of is BC and AD. Yes, I know. BC and AD, they're going too far these days. Yes, I've seen that quite a while back. Yes, I think that's terrible. I think it's because of other religions moving to, let's say, specifically Catholic and Christian countries, and they don't like to offend them, much the same as some countries you're not allowed to put up your own country flag. That's not friendly, is it? Blue says, I'm getting things early so I can get my video advent calendar done early, so it's just ready to go. Excellent. That's where we all want to be, ahead. We want to be ahead. And with my appointment this morning, I got back just in time to get this live up and running. And I don't like that. I don't like to be, I haven't done my morning schedule because I normally wouldn't go on a Friday to my appointment, but I couldn't do yesterday. He couldn't fit me in yesterday. So we've now rescheduled in his diary all the other appointments so we get our days and times. Blue says, oh, we have a lint shop in York. Oh, wow. It's great fun playing in the pick and mix. Oh, wow. Do you have those? If I'm wobbling, it's because Mr. Colin Waffles is rubbing himself against the leg. Do you have those? What they sell? I assume they sell them for you in the lint, and you get different ones. They're like balls, like Maltesers. They look like, but they're chocolate and they got the soft fillings. I like those. Do you want to see Mr. Colin Waffles? Yay! 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 Oh, he's looking at you. Look, he's really looking at you. Oh, he just hangs there. Don't you? Good boy. I call him Jose now. He's Jose. Do you know why he's Jose? Because every morning when I'm watering, because we've still got excessive heat here at the moment, so I'm watering everything with a hose. And he has to drink out of it. So watering takes ages. So he's Jose. Oh, dear. Joe says, don't start me on Lindt. Lindt is my favourite chocolate brand. I have been into the Lindt chocolate shops in both Sydney and Melbourne. You lucky people. I don't have Lindt here. We can buy it, as I say, in packing. They're quite expensive though. But yeah, I like these balls that they do. I think you can get dark ones, milk chocolate ones and white ones, and then they got like a softie. The softies get my hand. A softie inside. You can't see his legs. He's got his legs wrapped around my arm trying to pull it down to stroke him. You can see this is why he's always typing. Oh, let me, before I read any more of your comments, if any of you haven't seen him typing, he's actually learning Greek. He got my tablet and he likes to pat keys. Let me find it for you. And he was patting keys. I happen to have my Greek app on and it looks like he's learning Greek. And then the thing to be noted is when he's finished, he swipes it off. So have a look at this if you've not seen it before. I love that. People keep asking me to show it again. I don't know if it was a short. I think there's part of it might be too long for a short. How long is it? 30 seconds. So it's too long for a short because it's got music with it. And I think it might be in a video somewhere of my cats. I don't know. But hey, if you want to watch it, just say. I just leave it on here. It's actually sometimes if I need to say suddenly blow my nose or have a drink, I'll just throw it or lose where I am. I'll just put that on. I like little bits like that. Okay, where were we up to? Oh yes, we're annoyed with Joe that he's got the Lindt shops. Peter says, I freaked out the other day at my niece and nephew's school. They want to get a drag queen. Oh, you're following England. That's what they're doing there. A drag queen to read to the kids. This is complete joke. How dare they force kids to accept these freak shows? Yes, I believe that's happening in a lot of places. You won't get that here. I tell you that now. You won't get that here. Not at all. Joe says, in 2016, I did a 3-hour walking tour around Melbourne. Wow. With a company called Chocoholic Tours. Joe, you're just so annoying me now. The best. Is that $99? Is that $99? I don't look at chocolate the same way since the tour. My nan, and on this channel there's actually a playlist called something about autobiography of my nan as in grandma. So you can follow her life story in that. Start with the first episode though, because I just carry on reading her autobiography in the next episode. So start with the first episode. And at one point she worked in a sweet, I don't know if it was a chocolate factory or sweet factory, but anyway, she worked there, and they could have as much chocolate as they wanted, but they had to eat it there. So you couldn't like take loads home. So as much as you can eat while you're working. And also, if any were spoilt, they could take those home. So guess how many went on the floor? But she said she didn't like chocolate anymore after that, because she could have as much as she wanted. In the end, she wasn't that bothered for chocolate anymore. And to be honest, I can't remember her ever eating chocolate sort of when I was older. So yeah, she did that. I can't remember what age, but like a teenager, because obviously in those days she was born in 1918. So a teenager, they left school really early, didn't they? So she worked young. Where are we up to? Always reading about Joe's tour. That sounds awesome, Joe. Blue says the pick and mix is mostly the lint balls. Oh, that's it, lint balls. That's what I'm talking about. And their dessert chocolates. They do dessert chocolates. I don't know those. They've also just added Christmas ones. So little Santas and snowballs. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh, that sounds great. You're going to have to show me those in the video. I think we only get those, as I said, those what you call lint balls. I think that's all we can get here. I'm not sure. But as I say, they're very expensive. Oh, something new's just popped up on StreamYard. Ooh, funny things are happening here today. Joe says to Blue, I remember the Lindt self-serve pick and mix. It was the balls and the dessert chocolates. I know a lot of you countries have Woolworths, or did have Woolworths. There was Woolworths here in Cyprus when we first came. And when Woolworths stopped in England, we still had actual Woolworths here for quite some time. Pick and mix in Woolworths. I always remember pick and mix in Woolworths. I like that. Blue says, yeah, that's what we have as well, of the wall of blocks and all the other shelves, etc. Totally spoiled. Yes, you guys certainly are. But I think Australia, do you have like proper chocolate like England has? Because I know America doesn't have proper chocolate. They have like Mars bar and all those ones everyone knows. But people keep telling me the American chocolate, although they're the same, they're not the same. They're not made the same. Blue can probably fill us in on what the difference is of that. Whether it's a content or it's not real chocolate, I don't know. But the Americans always saying, even if you buy like Mars bar and Twix and things like that, they're not the same chocolate. So Australia, do you have like the proper chocolate, or do you have the fake ones? I'm guessing you have proper chocolate. Proper chocolate. Oh, you're making me hungry now. I did have a Twix when I came home. Peter says, I used to like visiting the Darryl Lee chocolate shop in Melbourne City. Don't know what that is, but it sounds worth a visit for sure. Sounds worth a visit. What's Darryl Lee chocolate? It sounds like very nice. I would prefer a nice cake to chocolate, meaning like a mousse cake or gâteau style cake or creamy. I like white mousse. But cakes, we have, you must have seen on, probably on a community post way back, probably Christmas time, we buy, it's called Black and White, and it's like a huge mousse cake. It's got a little bit of very soft sponge layer on the bottom. Then it's got black mousse about this thick is all on it, and then white mousse about the same. And you can buy it in long bars as well, but it's a cake. So sponge and then dark mousse and then white mousse. Oh, black and white. If any of you guys come here, I will treat you to a black and white. Delightful. Joe says, Peter, are you in Australia? He certainly is. Small world if you are. Oh, guys, you can do a meetup. Something I can't do because there's no other Cyprus YouTubers. No. So saying that, I've got three. I've got my third one coming up, but 3 visits of followers of my channel have been to my house. Yes. So I'm like, oh, chuffed. Yeah, so you guys can meet up. And Joe, go and take a look at Peter's videos and you will see places you probably know. Joe says, where are we? Peter, I'm halfway between Melbourne and Brisbane on the 1060k long Mule Highway. You're probably laughing how I'm saying these words, but there we go. And then Peter said, oh, hold on, Joe spoke again. Oh, he did the same one. Peter says, I want to get of Australia. Oh, out of, would that be Australia? Come visit me, Peter, and do some fantastic footage here. As the laws are bonkers. I want to go where life is basic. Ooh. No minority groups. Ooh. Get more rights than the normal human. Ooh, Peter, Peter. Come visit and see what you think. And you can speak Greek, Peter, so you'll get on fine here. Peter speaks Greek. Blue says Wilco's had pick and mix here too since all was closed, but they're gone now too. Oh, I'm not gone. I'm still here. Yes, I thought Wilco's had closed. Right, they did pick and mix, did they? The only I knew of Wilco's when they first opened, and they were like, I say garden-y things. I know now everyone buys seeds. They're really cheap in Wilco's, or they were. But it was more other garden-y type things and sort of gizmo things. I remember that. So they actually changed them. Peter says, give some, oh, you talk about lint again. Give some lint chocolates to Ukraine clowns who think they're going to win a war that they're dreaming of. No way, Russia owns you idiots. Oh, Peter. Joe says, we have a company based in the capital city of South Australia, Adelaide, called Haig's Chocolates, right? They make some of the best chocolates from real chocolate. Cool. Sounds good, Joe. Blue says, Aussie Cadbury's is way better than UK Cadbury's now. That's interesting, Blue, since it was taken over. Right. It's Val here now. I spend a fortune on Sands, the input shop. Don't know that. Don't know Sands. Ah, Shirley's back. Hello, Shirley. Shirley says, I love chocolate. Yeah, I think people who don't like chocolate are strange. What do they like? That's my question. Are they just people who don't like, let's say, they're more vegan-y types, maybe. Those kind of people only like sort of pure things. Ooh, ooh. French tea cake. Oh, Peter likes French tea cake. Ah, Joe saying Daryl Lee chocolate. Yes, I was asking about that. It's one of the best chocolate makers in Australia. They're now owned by one of Australia's biggest pet food companies. Oh, that's interesting. Saying hi to Shirley. Shirley says Caliborn, not spelt right. Bernard Calabo. Hi there, Joe. How are you? We all know Joe. We all know Joe. Peter says, Dawn, have you tried watermelon with cheddar cheese. No, I haven't. Ooh, I have to try that. I've got a watermelon growing in the garden. It's big. First one that's come up. Joe says, I'm here. First time I've been here too. Yes, Joe. And we appreciate that very much. Ooh. Can you hear him? See if you can hear him. I don't know if you can hear it. It's sort of like a grunting purr. Joe says, I've tried some Hague's products. They're awesome. Oh, nice. Very nice. Lovely stuff. You're just all making me totally hungry now. Peter says, your pet cat stares into the camera. So beautiful. It's because I've got a light ring just above. And I think that's like, he's like, whoa. I think that's what it is. The light ring's just above the camera on the top of the laptop. My disco one. I don't know if you can see it, but I can turn it into disco. You probably can't see it. Let's make it disco. No, maybe you can. Oh, let's reflect it in my glasses. Can you see? Do my eyeballs. Oh, there you go. Can you see it's disco now? How my eyeballs look. Ooh, disco. Oh dear. That's quite funny. Oh dear. Yes, strange things. I don't know why, but I always seem to get into talking about food or the 70s. So we can combine those. We could talk about 70s food, particularly the sweets. Lou says, still here listening, elbow deep in making dinner. Making dinner. See, she's still talking about food, the Blue. Yes, bring back the old 70s sweets. I'm always on about the 70s sweets and 70s food. Definitely. And if you're into the 70s childhood TV, I listen to a podcast. You can get it on YouTube now, but it's as a podcast, as in videos. There's no pictures going. It's just a podcast playing. And it's my 70s TV childhood. I think I've got those words in the right order. My 70s TV childhood. And Oliver is the guy who's doing those. They are really good, particularly if you're Brit or you know the Brit programs. Although, so saying that, a lot of it is talking about how we got a huge amount of imported TV, huge amount for children, particularly during the school holidays, and a lot of it was dubbed. And he's very good. He tells you where things were made, such as the Tarzan episodes, the series with Ron Ely, those ones, which was my generation of Tarzan. They were filmed actually in Brazil and Mexico, not in the jungle at all, obviously. So he tells you some background of some of the things. He does quizzes on there, TV quizzes. But yeah, it was surprising how many, when you think back, TV then for children in England in the 70s was imported because it was cheap TV. That was basically the bottom line there. So he talks a bit about things and he plays the theme tunes, and he was saying something funny the other day. He was saying about how whenever the phone rang, he was 3 at this point, and whenever the phone rang, his mum would try and rush to pick it up, because if he got to it first and picked it up, he would answer Captain Flack, and he would do all the spiel that was the head of the fire station in Campbellwick Green, and he would do the little spiel that Captain Flack always said. yes, right away. So that was pretty fun as well. So he tells you fun things, and he sometimes talks about like what food they ate while they were eating dinner and things like that. This is Blue's fault we got on to talk about dinner. So yeah, lots of, I do like listening to that. It's my thing, the 70s, growing up in the 70s, and that's something, one of the topics I'm going to address on my live that I'm going to do after this one on my other channel, this channel. I've got different topic ideas. As I say, the first one today is going to be talking about my childhood, when I first went dancing, how that occurred. But I've got other topics as well. And one of them is how dancing itself, in my experience, changed through the different eras, how it changed for me, what dance trends came in for me, and how even what you wore to dance lessons changed. Yes, but that will all be over there. We won't bring that onto this one. So, yes, I think I'm going to wrap this one up because, as I say, I'm on the last... Are we on the last day? Are we on the last day of the month? I can't see all my calendar, but this is my last live, I think, of this month. And I've got no idea how long I've done. You can only have 20 hours in StreamYard a month, and it's been a long month, and I don't know how many hours I've done and how many hours I've got left, and I have promised I will do the other live. So I think I'm going to bring this one to a close, and I'm going to go on my other channel and do the live there, as I've promised, because I know people will be looking out for it. So I thank you so much for being here. I've really had a good time. If you want to carry on talking with me, then I'm going to go over onto my other channel. Thanks, Joe, very much. Joe says, I'm out of here, just will watch another video on the channel. Blue says, take it easy. Peter says, nice to see you. Been great chatting. Till we meet again. Best wishes. Stay safe and well. So I'm going to finish with a quote corner, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here.